Good morning, students. We have been discussing our casuarina tree. So we have gone through the introduction of poet. To do that, we have gone through the introduction of poem, our casuarina tree, the summary of the poem, and now today we are going to read the text of the poem. So as we have already discussed into the summary part, that the poem is a tribute, or it's a kind of we can say an obituary to the loved ones, to the beloved ones of the poetess to whom she remembers after their death, and she has written this poem in memory of them. And the casuarina tree of which she talks of in the whole poem is a kind of symbol, is a symbol of love, is a symbol of affection, is a symbol of attachment with of the poetess with her brother and sister, because they have spent many years together under this tree, and this tree has now come to us in a form of a it's a form of association. When we miss someone, the things related with those people, they come before our eyes. We continuously think of them, we continuously talk of them. So this is a kind of to the poem is a kind of tribute to those things which are associated with the, although the casuarina tree of which she is talking, which she sees in her case in her garden behind the house, it's not actually the same tree behind under which she has played with her brother and sister, but this tree resembles or reminds her of the same tree under which she has played with her siblings. Okay, so this is a kind of symbol. Tree is just a symbol. So she says, like a used python winding round and round, the rugged trunk indented deep with scars, up to its very summit near the stars, a creeper climbs, in whose embraces bound no other tree could live. Now the poetess, when she begins the poem, she begins with a simile, a comparison, where she compares the tree to a used tree, like a used python. This python is not the tree. This is actually the creeper, okay, which has embraced the tree and surrounding it, okay, winding round and round, which it has captured the tree, winding around it, the rugged trunk of the tree, which is indented deep with scars. The tree, as if someone has indented it with scars, because this is an old tree, up to its very summit near the stars, and up to the highest point, up to the highest point of the tree, this creeper climbs, and in whose embraces bind no other tree could live. So these lines suggest the grandeur of the tree, that how strong is the tree and how old is the tree. The rugged trunk symbolizes that the tree is an age-old tree, and its strength also shows, because a newborn tree is not that strong. A tree of 2 or 3 years of age is not that strong, but this tree which can carry the burden of that creeper, which is actually like a python, and a python is very strong. And what is the quality of python? It winds around the its victim and kills the victim just by the grip. Okay, so under the grip of this creeper, which is a very very strong creeper, no other tree would live if it would not have of that much age like the casuarina tree, but this tree could carry it because it has the strength, it has the power, it has the experience of old age. Okay, so she appreciates the tree in the beginning. But gallantly the giant wears the scarf, and flowers are hung in crimson clusters, all the boughs among. But gallantly, bravely, the giant wears the scarf. The giant, this tree, which is compared to a giant, wears the scarf. It carries that creeper like it is wearing a scarf. Okay, look at the image, a giant wearing a scarf, a tree wearing a creeper. And flowers are hung in crimson clusters, all the boughs among, and flowers are also hung into the groups of red color, crimson, the red color of the sunset. That is the crimson color. It's a very beautiful color, red and orangish shade. All the boughs among the boughs. whereon all day are gathered bird and bee, and which is actually the destination of birds and bees. And oft at nights the garden overflows with one sweet song that seems to have no close. And often in the night times the garden seems to overflows. At it, there is some kind of music of the tree, maybe the rustling sound of the tree leaves, or maybe the sounds which are coming from outsides. But there is one song that seems to have no close, sung darkling from our tree. But the poetess say this is the song of our tree when no man is, no man is awakened. All men repose, while men are resting. In the night time, you could hear the lamentation. These sounds are actually the lamentation of the tree. The tree laments over the death of those who have left the tree, who used to play under the tree, and now they have left the tree. The tree laments over their death. When first my casement is wide open thrown, at dawn my eyes delighted on it rest. At first my casement is wide open thrown, when I've opened the window of my room at dawn in the morning, my eyes delighted on it rest. My eyes love to look at it. Sometimes, and most in winter, on its crest, on its topmost branch, a grey baboon sits statue-like alone, watching the sunrise. A grey baboon is a kind of monkey, species of monkey. It sits statue-like, as if it does not move, and sits there watching the sunrise, while on lower boughs his bunny offspring leap about and play. Is on the lower boughs, on the lower branches, the bunny, the small offsprings of the monkey, of the baboon, they leap about, they jump and play. And far and near kokilas hail the day, and far and near the kokilas, the nightingales, they welcome the day. And to their pastures went our sleepy cows, and the cows who are full of sleep, they move to the pastures. And in the shadow on the broad tank cast, by that whole tree so beautiful and fast, the water lilies spring like snow in mast. And in the shadow of the tree, the broad tank cast, there is a broad tank, a pond, by that whole tree, by that horrifying tree, that strange tree, that some kind of scary tree, so beautiful and vast. And the pond is also very beautiful and vast, and water lilies spring like, and its surface is covered with white colored water lilies, and it gives an impression, it gives a look as if snow has enmasked or covered the whole pond. So these in those two stanzas, she gives an objective description and of the tree and appreciates the tree. And now she is going to be subjective. She is going to introduce herself. The poet is going to introduce herself into the poem, but not because of its magnificence. Dear is the casuarina to my soul, but this is not the reason that the casuarina is dear to the soul of the poetess. Beneath it we have played. It is dear to me because under it we have played, me and my brother and sister. And though years may roll, and although years have passed, oh sweet companions, oh sweet friends, companions, beloved, my companions, loved with love intense, to whom I have loved with intense love, with extreme love. For your sakes shall the tree be ever dear. This is for your sake, that this tree is going to be always dear, always close to my heart, just because of you guys. Blent with your images, mixed images. When I think of you, the tree also comes into my mind. It shall arise in my memory till the hot year blind man. And although year may pass, although I will go towards an old age, this tree will always in my mind. It will always come with before my eyes whenever I'll think of you, and whenever hot tears will blind mine eyes. What is that dirge like murmur that I hear, like the sea breaking on a shingle beach? What is that dirge like murmur? Dirge is a death song, sung on the death of someone. So what is that sad song, that murmuring song that I hear? Is it the song of the sea breaking on the shingle beach, or is it someone lamenting over its lost one? It is tree's lament. This is the lamentation. Although this is the sound, although this is the sound of the sea breaking on the beach, but it is the lamentation of tree, which is an eerie speech, which is a strange kind of speech, that haply to the unknown land may reach, that haply, that by chance, to reach to the unknown lands. So it can be heard from everywhere. The death songs or the dirt songs or the sad song can be heard from everywhere. Every heart has some kind of sense of loss in it. Everyone has lost someone is near or dear one at some point of life. So they have that lamentation into their heart. Unknown. So those lands that are unknown yet well known to the eyes of faith. These lands, although they are unknown to mankind, but they are well known to the eye of faith. These are the lands where we reach after our deaths. So what happens after our deaths? These lamentations, these sounds, they reach to our ears even after that. When we say that we are going to do something for our purvajas, or those who have pindadan, and to make fatiha for those who are no more on this earth, no more between us. So the sounds of our lamentation, they reach to those dead people. Oh, I have heard that wail far, far away in the distant lands. I have heard that wail. I have heard that cry far, far away in the distant lands, in the far off lands, by many a sheltered bay, by many sheltered bays which are sheltered or covered with the trees or rocks. When slumbered in his cave the water rat, and the waves gently kissed. When water rat is the ghost of the water, it is slumbering in its cave, and the waves strike to the cave, and it hears some kind of song, and it gets off. Its sleep is disturbed. The waves gently kiss the classic shore of France or Italy. France or Italy, why she used this stuff? Because she has been moving from one country to another. Beneath the moon, under the moon, when earth lay entranced in a dreamless swoon, when earth is embraced in the dreamless sleep, a sleep which is so intense that you do not even imagine a single dream there. Mine inner vision rose a form sublime, and in those times, in my inner vision, a sublime form rises, and that is thy form, O tree, your form, O tree. As in my happy prime, and as in my happy young age, I saw thee in my own beloved, loved native climate. I have seen you in my own loved native climate. Therefore, I fain would consecrate a lay unto thy own honor. So, therefore, I have decided, the poetess has decided to create a song, to write a song into the honor of your tree. Because maybe wherever I go, whether I go to France, whether I go to Italy, whether I go to India, wherever I go, I will always hear the song of the tree. I will always see the tree into my images, into my mind, which is blend or mixed with the images of my brothers and my brother and sister, my siblings who are beloved to me. Because why? Because she has played with her siblings under this tree. Okay, so therefore I would like to write a song for you in your honor, O beloved tree. You are beloved of those who now in blessed sleep for a repose, who are now sleeping into the blessed sleep, a sleep which is blessed, which is not going to be disturbed ever. For a repose, forever, rest. Who are forever repose, who forever rest under that the tree, who is beloved of all, who are resting into the forever sleep, a sleep that is blessed, which is free of all kind of disturbances. Because when we sleep into the night, it is disturbed by so many things, and at least in the morning we have to get up. Okay, the sleep is disturbed, and no one likes to get up at the early in the morning. We all feel, although we get up early in the morning, but like we feel like this minute or 10 minutes more. Okay, so that blessed sleep, dearer than life to me, alas one day. Oh, those brother and sister, those siblings of mine were dearer to me more than my life, and maybe mayst thou be numbered when my days are done with deathless trees. So maybe when my days would have been done, when I would have been no more, when I would die, you will be counted among the deathless trees, because you will be made immortal by me in this poem. Like those in Borodale, the trees of Borodale, which was what mentions in his poem, under whose awful branches lingered pale fear, trembling hope and death, and the skeleton and time the shadow, under whose awful strange branches lingers pale fear, which has made you pale, hopes which are trampled, and death which makes the person skeleton, and time which shadow we cannot escape. So can you remember Keats' Ode to Nightingale when you read these lines? Okay, I do. And though weak the works, though my verse, my poem may not be that strong, that would thy beauty fain, oh fain rehearse. I would definitely try to write your beauty, and I will again try to. It is a kind of rehearsal for me, and may love defend thee from oblivion's curse. May the love of dear and near ones defend you, save you from the curse of oblivion, for the curse of forgetfulness. In this poem, you become immortal and you reach to the coming ages, coming generation, even after everyone's death. So this is the poem, and tomorrow in next lecture we are going to read the analysis of the poem. Thank you very much.